What's on Your Mind is sponsored by ACMC 339.0, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, Breakthrough Studios, and Reggae Jam.
Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. Program is produced by Breakthrough TV. I am Carl. Let me say how you doing. Let me say welcome, and let me say welcome again. Let me apologize for not being here last week. We was out on the road last week, so we wasn't able to sort of do a live stream, but we have actually put up a program with the great King Yellow Man, so you can actually watch that program. And we saw Yellow Man, interviewed the great Yellow Man at Aston Park in the 0121 Jamaica Independence Celebration. So that is also a great program to watch, so you can also check that out. I want to say a big shout out to you, Hector. I know you're probably back in the United States again. And then you say, where was you last week, Carl? Well, that's how it goes sometimes. I want to say a big shout out to all you guys who actually tune in the program. Let me say thanks for your good vibes. We got a lot of program out there who gives us some very, very good positive message. And we say thank you. You guys know who you are. And I want to ask you a question before I move on. Now, before I move on, have you ever come across some people, right? And I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it. We come across some people, and if it's right, they're still negative about it. And if it's wrong, they're still negative about it. They never have a good word to say. If it's good, they've knocked it. If it's bad, they knock it. So they're always in opposition to whatever is happening. Yeah? Have you ever noticed that? Let me know on the screen. Put something up on the screen. Have you ever come across these sort of people? And what is the matter with these people? No matter how good it is, or no matter how bad it is, they always has to go the opposite way. And even when it's good, they're not going to say it's good. And when it's bad, they're not going to say it's bad. They say it's good. Confusing? I am confused. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. That is the warning I always have to give you, man. I got a wonderful program lined up for you this week. As you know, I always have a look at what's going on around the world. In my little thing, I have a look what's going around the world. I also go into like sports, entertainment, and my rant. My rant is good this week because my rant is about the 80%. The 80% energy bill. So I'm gonna have a go at that later on, and also. We've got some clips that we also did in Aston Park again at the Jamaican 0121 festival. So you can also tune into that. As I said, we was down here for 2 days and we get some wonderful clips. We had people like, which you've probably seen already. If you don't see, you can go and see it again. We had people like Omar. We had people like Freddie McGregor. We had people like King Yellowman and a whole lot of artists from Birmingham as well, K. Dotty, Lighty, and all those guys, and some wonderful entertainer that was actually down there. So we did most of the people who was on that show for 2 days, So we still got clips we still have to put out there so you guys can see. And I must also say big shout out to the one and only Mr. Dean Alexander, and he was actually marvelous. And he invited us in, and he was actually marvelous, and he supported us very, very well. So let me say big shout out to you, Mr. Dean Alexander, wherever you are. And I know you're a very, very busy man, yeah. As you know, as I say, I always have a look at what is going on around the world. And my first story, a little story I want to pick up on. This is, just before I get to that story, I want to tell you a little bit this. This story is actually just breaking before I get to that one that's on my screen. And it's about the footballer, Ryan Giggs. And this is just coming in, actually. Ryan Giggs now, as the jury, he was on trial for, controlling his ex-girlfriend and sort of behaving sort of bad. That's the only way to put it. Anyway, the jury has been discharged because they actually failed to reach any verdict. And Ryan Giggs is actually an ex-Man United football player. So I should say, yeah, Man United. So we see how that one goes and what is going to happen in the near future with that sort of situation. And I said that was a big case, but the jury has refused, and they can't find a verdict, so they have been discharged. Now, move on to my next story now. A man has been stabbed to death at the Notting Hill Carnival. Tanika Nubian, 21-year-old rapper. Actually, he is a drill rapper, and they say he was stabbed. And he's actually from Bristol. His manager, Chris Patrick, said he went there with his sister and his family, and he was having a good time, and he was actually stabbed. And he said it is a sad case for such a young rapper to lost his life in this sort of way. We say big condolence to his family. And as I say, I've been to Notting Hill many, many times, you know what I mean? And over the years, I haven't been there for a couple of years, but I've been there many, many times, and I've never seen any sort of trouble up there, you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones, and when things like that happens, you just think how heartbreaking it is, you know what I mean? So I don't know. As I say, we can say once again, big condolence to his family and his friends and all his relatives, yeah? Respect. Now, moving on. Now, Pakistan seeks international help because Pakistan, most of the region in Pakistan has been flooded with heavy rain, heavy monsoon rain. And it has been going on since June. And as I say, they are calling for help from all across the world, you know what I mean? And the heavy monsoon have destroyed most of the province in Pakistan. So if you can help with that sort of situation, I mean, the weather is always bad. It's always sort of cause devastation when it comes in that sort of situation, you know what I mean? And some people wondering, is it the fault of climate change, of what is going on when you see things like that happen? A lot of thousands of people has been affected, and I mean, I think over 1,000 people has actually lost their life. And it's one of those disasters again that sort of happens, you know what I mean? And they say a lot of people is wondering, is this climate change which is all causing that? And there's a report that Pakistan only adds a tiny little bit to sort of what you call climate change, while most of the world, most of the bigger countries, they are what you call the problem. You know, most of the bigger industrial countries, you could call them the problem that caused this sort of effect across the world. And God knows what's going to happen in the next couple of years if these things got to carry on. Now, the big one in the UK is your energy bill. Your energy bill up 80%. According to the regulator has announced, I think they announced it Friday. They announced it Friday. The new cap from 1st of October, £3,549. And this is a move from 1,971 from last year. So rising energy prices is causing major effect on people, and it could be a very devastating winter for a lot of people, the vulnerable, the poor, the people who can't afford the bills. So it could be a very, very devastating winter for a lot of people. It is very devastating for a lot of people now, considering a lot of people can't even buy food the way situations are going. I'm going to have a little bit a go at that later on because my rant is coming up in that, and I'm going to be very, very tough with that situation. However, I must also said to you, the energy price, gas, is actually the warehouse price, the wholesale price is actually coming down. And Europe has planned to intervene. And that is actually start coming down now, just as Europe was about to intervene. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. I want to say big shout out to you, Max Seal. Let me say thanks for watching the program. Also, Brenda, how you doing? Let me say, Jade. How you doing, Jade? Helen, Claudette, Paula, Lydie, Carl, all you guys. Have I missed somebody? June, if I missed any guys, it's been a long time. Let me say a big shout out to you. Hope all is well. I know the situation. I'm not going to say hope all is well because I know the situation, yeah? And let me just do this for you guys. Thank you. Also, big shout out to you, Girline. Mabel, how you doing? You say you love the Yellow Man thing. Let me say big shout out to you, Mabel. Thank you. Thank you for tuning into the program. And all you guys, Tyrone, how you doing, sir? Hope all is well with you. And if it's your birthday, let me say happy birthday. Happy birthday to all you guys if it's your birthday. Birthday are good. I always like birthday. And most birthdays, you know, I don't work. I only do things that I enjoy. So most birthdays, I never seem to work. My birthday is probably early next year, I think, yeah? Some people don't even know when my birthday is. Sometimes I don't even know when my birthday is. But that's me. That's how I like to play it up, yeah? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Angela, how you doing? And hope you and your partner is doing well. Let me say thank you for tuning into the program. Yeah, let me move on now. Turkey. Go to Turkey. At least 32 people have been killed in two separate motoring accident in Turkey. A bus sort of rammed another vehicle, and it actually rolled over a hill, 200 meters down a hill. And it rolled down, and it went and hit into another vehicle, an emergency service that was actually rescuing some more people down there. So it's a case of lightning striking the same place twice, isn't it? And that is not an easy thing to say. But we say big condolence to those family and big condolence to the emergency service who does such a great job no matter where they are in the world. And when you see things like that happens, you know what I mean? It's just you just don't know how to put it. You know what I mean? And you don't know what to say about things like that, yeah. Big condolence. We send our big condolence to all you guys out there, yeah. Now this is a very interesting story. And I came across this, which this actually happened in England, in Leicester. Now, a husband, 55, beat his wife with a hockey stick. And then, my days, he cut her head off. When he did that, he decided that he's going to commit suicide. He goes on top of a hill and he says he was going to commit suicide. Now, he jumped off the hill or the mountain, whatever we want to call it. He jumps off it. And when he jumped off it, guess what happened? He smashed his arm, he broke a couple of limbs, he smashed his face, and he had brain damage. But he survived. And he's actually pleaded guilty to manslaughter. And the judge passed that sentence of manslaughter. Now, I've never understood the manslaughter law thing. You know what I mean? Myself, but I'm not a legal person, and I don't know the legal rights. But I'm just going to talk it just to common sense, because I deal with common sense a lot. I'm just going to talk it. I would have thought that would have been murder. Yeah. But as I say, I'm not a legal person, so I don't know a great deal about the law. Most of the time, I deal in common sense. The best thing you can have, is common sense. A lot of people don't know that. Sometimes, you see some people put, even some groups you're in. Sometimes, I don't like going to groups. I got to tell you this, I don't do groups. I don't like going to groups. You know what I mean? The only group I like is the musical groups. I like those groups. I don't like going to groups. Because when you go to groups, some things you see people put in the groups, you says, oh my days, where's your common sense? What is going on there? And then some people go to group just to have a go at other people. You know what I mean? Because of their bad-mindedness. So I don't like that as well. So I try to stay away from it because I don't deal with it. I don't deal with bad mind, and I don't deal with enviness, and I don't deal with jealousy because I don't understand it. Because I don't understand jealousy. One of the reasons I know what it is, but one of the reasons I don't understand jealousy is that I always believe each person's destiny is different. Each of us have a different destiny. So if I see my very, very good friend becomes a billionaire tomorrow, I'd say, fantastic, you've done great. And I'd be happy for him. I'm not saying I don't have my faults, because nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? But those kind of negative nastiness that I've seen from some places, I don't deal with it. Yeah. And it's good to do that. Because when you do that, you see, you can't push up your blood pressure and nothing bothers you. And you sleep at night. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I tell you, I'm in a good mood today. In fact, I could say I am on fire. Mind you, it's still warm in the studio. Now, let me move on. Now, police in Jamaica, I'm going to Jamaica. Yeah, police have charged an 18-year-old man. And he was in a shootout. You know what I mean? A big shootout in downtown Kingston. This happened on Wednesday, the 24th of August. And I say they've actually charged him, you know what I mean? And he's been arrested, and we'll see what happens there, you know what I mean? And I don't know what, this actually happened in Tivoli Garden, Kingston 14. Know it well, believe it or not. So, it's one of them ones, yeah? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sticking in Jamaica. Now, Westmoreland, let me look at Westmoreland. Now, Westmoreland police has identified a man who was shot dead on Friday the 14th in the grill. He's a 25-year-old man, Lima Simit, also known as Pops. And he's a local laborer, and he was actually killed. Yeah. Murdered. Yeah. Because when you use kill, you see, kill is soft. Kill is like a soft language. I always think, kill is like a soft language. Murder! That gets to the point. Yeah. Now, the other thing I want to stick with Jamaica still. Now, domestic violence. Before I go to my sports, domestic violence. Now, Now, interesting this one is. Now, a baby mother has stabbed her baby father. Yes. Mr. Simmons, 38, was stabbed. And he didn't realize how serious his stabbing was. But he was stabbed actually in the neck. He's now dead. And it was actually over, allegedly, an argument about her children meal. You know what I mean? Or what you could say her children dinner. Now, that is a very, very bad situation to get into. And the accused woman, her neighbors and friends has actually argued that she was always being a violent person. And she's always into arguments or into some scrape like that. You know what I mean? When you see things like that happens, it's absolutely terrible. So that what you call the sort of domestic violence coming from the other side this time. See, it's not always the one-sided thing, you know. Domestic violence also comes from the other side as well. So that is one of those things that is actually so disgusting, you know what I mean? And for you to lose your life like that, and when they're talking, arguing about the meal for your children, you know, it's not a nice one. Not a nice one. Sports. We come to sports. It's going quick today. The son of the two legendary boxers, Chris Eubank and Nigel Benn, are set to clash on the 8th of October. Chris Eubank Jr. and Coleman Ben is all set to go for it. They're set to fight for the legacy of probably a father. And as I say, it's almost 29 years since Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank had the second fight. So that should be an interesting fight. I've seen actually, I haven't seen Nigel Benn's son, but I have seen Chris Eubank Jr. He looks very sharp, and he looks actually a lot bigger than Nigel Benn's son, which is Conor Benn. He actually looks a lot bigger. So we see how that one turns out. And as I say, that fight is actually nothing. This the 8th of October, so that should be very, very good. You know what I mean? So let me say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Still sticking with sport because I wanna stay this one now. Liverpool has given Bournemouth a hammering. They've actually beat Bournemouth over the weekend. I shouldn't laugh. They actually beat Bournemouth over the weekend 9-0. Can you imagine that? How could you let 9 goals in? 9-0. And Liverpool has registered their first Premier League win of the season, which is actually marvelous. I used to, many, many years ago, I used to be a big Liverpool football supporter, you know what I mean? Even though I live so far from Liverpool, you know what I mean? But it's good to see that, you know what I mean? But as I said, 9-0 is like a thrashing, isn't it? That's it. You see that boy? Why am I laughing? I'm sorry. It's just one of those ones. Because I'm that sort of person anyway. So as I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, we look at entertainment. I always like the entertainment bit because Shen Sia, yes, has attended the MT Music Video Award. Yes. And this was on the 28th. I think that was Sunday. And I got to tell you, she was nominated, but she never, you know, she as I said, she was the only Jamaican that was on the list of nominee. You know what I mean? And that girl is doing very, very well at the moment. A lot of people says, I don't know why she dressed like that. I've seen it on social media, and a lot of people have actually said, a lot of fans have said, that is not you. Why you get them to put you in that sort of clothes? Because that is not you. And I could understand that as well, you know, because all that is that button things on them, pearl things, you know what I mean? That's not Shensi, is it? But we'll see what happens, you know what I mean? Because it's such a beautiful lady. And the album, Alpha, seems to be doing very, very well. Yeah, now moving on to my next glamour person. Now this is an interesting one because Beyonce, now, a lot of Beyonce fans is actually presuming that she's about to have, or she is about to announce a tour, which is very interesting. And they gauge this on the basis that Ticketmaster has upgraded their page. So when they do that, I mean, the fans know, isn't it? If the fans knows, they must know. So when they do that, they say, well, basically, she must be going on tour, or they must be on the horizon for announcing a tour. Yeah. So that would be a very, very interesting tour. And I wonder if she's going to dress like that when she's on tour, because that is going to bring a lot more fans in as well, isn't it? Good on you, B. Good on you, the Beehive girl. Big shout out to you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, also, big celebration in North London, the Notting Hill. Carnival comes back to London after an absence since, it hasn't been here since 2020. I think the last one was 2019. So it's good to see that. And the event started with a return. And there was a run to remember the victims of the Grenfell Tower fire, which was absolutely marvelous. You know what I mean? I think there was 72 people actually died, and there was actually a 72-second silence, which is absolutely marvelous. And I say the carnival, everybody was reveling, everybody was having a good time, and there's a special name that you use for those revelers. Yes, man, the revelers was actually reveling. It's been quite some years since I went to Notting Hill, but the revelers was actually having a good time, and it's good to see. You know what I mean? Everybody coming out and having such a good time. You know what I mean? I know we know there's a couple of negative incidents which we're not going to actually talk about. We know that, but you know what I mean? I'm comparing to how with the amount of people that is there, and as I say, it's good to see that back on the street in London, which is absolutely marvelous. And it is, I'm told, it is the biggest carnival now in the world, and you get people from all different walks of life that actually attend that carnival, which is absolutely marvelous. Everybody having a good time, and there's a sound system that always seems to play there. The Channel 1 sound system always seems to play there as well, which is absolutely marvelous. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, the other thing I want to say is a big celebration to Bessie Coleman. Now, Bessie Coleman was honored at an all-women African-American flight crew. Yes, American airline actually had a flight crew which honored Bessie Coleman. Bessie Coleman has been the first African-American woman to earn a pilot license, you know what I mean? And the company history embark and celebrating Bessie Coleman Aviation had an all-star tour to celebrate her 100th anniversary of her achievement and of her legacy. And we say big shout out to that. That is the first African American and the first Native American that actually gained a license, pilot license. And you know the clap's gonna come in next, and so we have to say give her and her family, and I know her family actually carry on the legacy. So we say a big shout out to her family and the wonderful Bessie Coleman. Yeah, marvelous. Thank you. We love those. See, it's not always negative, you know. We love those, and I love those. You know what I mean? And can you imagine being on the plane with all those fantastic whole women crew, from pilots right down to the, you know what I mean, the whole staffing. Fantastic, you know what I mean? It's great to see things like that, which is absolutely marvelous. And all African-American women, great, fantastic, love that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, my rant. I've reached my rant. My rant is the energy prices cap. Yeah, 80% price rise in 2019. You could have get your bill for probably about £400 a year. Now, it has gone up, it is going up, and it is going up, and it is going up to a richly cruel thing. Now, what bothers me about this is that this is a man-made thing. This is not some major disaster that's concentrated on the earth. This is not like a flood. This is not like a volcano. You could call it that. This is not like a hurricane where man has got no control of. Yeah? This is something that is made by man and created by man. Yeah? So, what we call it is greed. It is greed. 80%. If I go to my employee, or you go to your employee and says, can I have a rise of 5%? You're not going to get it. If I say the health service should get a rise of 5%, I'm sure the government is not going to give it. So how can you put up people's energy price at 80%? Isn't that sheer greed? And now the energy company has made money because they say they've made money. They've made a massive billions of profits. Yeah. So what they're doing the profit, they talk about, we're investing. We're investing. You want to bring your price down and invest into the people them. Yes. It's cruel. It's harsh. It's disgusting. People's gonna be suffering. I heard one prime minister says, when we come out of this, I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to come out. When we come out of this, we're gonna be stronger. Can you imagine? This probably is gonna cause people to die in the cold when the cold comes. It's probably gonna cause people to suffering for getting food. Even small companies as well as big organizations is going to be losing money because they can't pay their employee. Some of those firms going to go to the wall. And you have the nerve to come out and say, we are going to be stronger after all this. You're not fighting a war. If you go to war, when you go to Germany and fight Germany in the Second World War and you win the war, when the West won the war, you say, yes, we're coming out stronger because we fight these people. You're not going to come out any stronger, Mr. Politician, whoever you are. This is disgusting. And as I say, some of you guys out there, you make out that you can't do, we can't do nothing, You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. This is a man-made thing. Of course you can do something about it. You can help to bring the price down. But if it's going to go up, what has all the politics been about over the years? If it's gonna be so high, all the cutbacks we've had over the years, all the budget we've had over the years, all the different things we've had over the years, if we gotta pay 80% rise in energy prices, what has all the budget been over about the years? I remember one time, the Conservative government has been in power for quite some time now, right? And I remember one time we was all, we have to be tough, we have to be tougher, we have to be tougher. And people went to a lot of sacrifice for that. What was that all about? If we are going to pay 80%, what they call energy cap. And what happened to the North Sea gas? I remember if you go back to early early archives of the North Sea gas, way back, if you look at clips from the 70s or from the 80s, I think, if you look up some clips, Britain's going to be self-sufficient by the 90s. What's happened to all that? Where has it all gone? Where have it all gone? And I said these energy bosses, they made billions and put it in their pockets. And they talk about investment. You guys need to do something. You don't need to shape up. You don't need to and reduce the price. It shouldn't be that high. It shouldn't be that high. That is disgusting. They say money is the root of all evil. But you know what? I think greed takes over from money is the root of all evil. Because you can have money and do something constructive with it. But that is just sheer greed of what is going on there. Yeah. Can't help it. It's one of the things. And I'm very, very sorry for people who's going to be suffering, and probably including myself. And most of the people I know who's not going to be able to pay those bloody bills. And even they have to pay, if they can pay, they're going to lose that. They're going to miss out on their food. They're going to miss out on clothing. They're going to miss out on things for their kids. There's so many different things that they will have to make sacrifice to keep warm. Especially in this winter. And God knows where it's going to go in the near future. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, moving away from that. Now, let me go a bit lighter. Now, Nick Cannon is allegedly gonna have a next baby. And I've seen a lot of stuff on social media about this. Now, let me say something to you guys. I know for no business. I don't mind no one business. Yes? Now, people can call Nick all sorts of different names. He's this and he's that and he's that and he's that. If he's with a woman and he wants to have a baby and the woman decides she wants to have a baby with him, that's their business. So why don't get involved in the man's business? I don't follow business. And people just call him all kind of different things. Now, let me ask you this then. Now, it takes two to have a baby. I know you can have a baby in, the other way, in what we call the scientific way, yes? But I don't think this is happening in this case. So, now, let me ask you this then. It takes two to have a baby, isn't it? Now, it's obviously Nick partner is happy in having a baby for Nick, yes? So, she never said no. Exactly. Did she? And all the women he's been with, they never say no. Remember, a woman has the right to say no if she wants to. So let's go down that line. So, Them never say no. So they're quite happy with Nick giving them another baby. And the other thing I want to say, him have to put it in there. Him have to put it in there. And they have to agree for him to put it in there before they can be impregnated. Do you see where I'm going with that? So, I'm going to stay out of the man's business. I'll leave Nick to do what he wants to do. If his partner is happy and everybody is happy, I think you should leave Nick and allow him to do what he wishes to do and what he wants to do, you know what I mean? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. As I say, it is a wonderful day. And we, let me say, we apologize for anything happen. As I said, we're gonna get you a couple of clips, which is the video we have is probably day 2, and as I said, we did a lot of program down there at the Jamaican 0121 festival celebration Jamaican independence, and we got a lot of artists we actually want to show you this week as well. You know what I mean? So hoping we should be all ready to show you some of these wonderful artists, and I want to say big shout out to all the artists who actually was down there at that show and allow us to sort of have a good chat with this, and it will be absolutely marvelous. And as I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Once a big shout out to you, Michelle. How you doing? Also, Rose, big shout out to you. How you doing? My good friend Errol Taylor, how you doing, sir? Hope all is well with you. The Richards family, big shout out to you. Seymour Buck, big shout out to you. All you guys who's been on the program, let me say big shout out to you. All my guests, special guests, Khadija Taylor, Sister Marcia Anderson, you know what I mean? Highly Bred, big shout out to you. Steve Morrison, so many of you been on the program. In the very, very early days, we have Malika Queely, the violence. Big shout out to you, Malika. What happened to you? Oh, Shazzy D, big shout out to you, Shazzy D. Hope all is well with you guys. So many of you guys we've had on the program. And we've had also, in the very, very early days before we actually did this program, we also had another program called The Car with the Sea Show. We had the Equators and that, you know what I mean? You can also go back and see the program, which is the Equators. We also had Claire. How you doing, Claire? We also had Claire in that program. Also had Kush Goldie. How you doing? Also, Soulful Eye, we also had you guys on the program. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you, Beulah, and the Ross family. Hope all is well with you. As I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Also, Maxine, big shout out to you. Let me say, giving you the shout out now because I know some of you shout out. And I think it's also Shelly's birthday. Let me say, big shout out to you, Shelly. Also, Christine, it's your birthday. We see we do the birthday as well, you know what I mean? And one man says to me, is it your anniversary? Let me say, big shout out to you and happy anniversary. Gonna try and see if we can actually get this little clip going up after these wonderful artists that we actually saw. And we actually interviewed down there at the Jamaica Simmerdown, not the Simmerdown Festival. While I talk about Simmerdown, you can also go back and watch the Simmerdown Festival, which is actually we had in Hansel Park. Speak to the wonderful, one of my legendary band I actually got a chance to speak to. The Third World, speak to Third World. A lot of artists that was also up there had a wonderful time with them. So we see if we can actually get back to this this sort of clip, if we can get to it.
When through wisdom from above, and justice, truth be yours forever, Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, balance, Jamaica. Teach us to respect for all, instead response to duty's call. Strengthen us, the weak to cherish, and give us visions, lest we perish in knowledge of us, Heavenly Father, grant through wisdom from above, and a justice to root be yours forever, Jamaica land we love. Blessing. Yeah, man.
Wow, that was brother Tenor Star there, artist from Birmingham, doing a wonderful version of the Jamaican national anthem. And it's actually good to see he's doing that, you know what I mean? And that was one of the sort of first artists we actually interviewed down there at Aston Park, 0121
Load on
Jamaica
the balance all the
Festival.
rhythm. The man them just
Got Tenor Star here, and he's just done the Jamaican national anthem. Tenor Star, how do you feel about it?
yes, you know, I mean, just honor for sing the national anthem, and you know, I mean, just a day on a specific day like this, Jamaica independence. To be a part of it is just honorable for me.
Yeah, and I say it was a marvelous version. You know, what I mean, I must say
Yeah. You have some hiccups tonight, you know what I mean, but listen. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with your mighty hands. Keep us free from evil powers and be our guide through countless hours. And through all leaders, great defenders, grant through wisdom from above, and justice, truth be yours forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. I saw me want to sing it.
Marvelous, Tenor Star. I mean, you back on stage later?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've only done the national anthem for today, but tomorrow you see the right performance from me, Freddie McGregor, you know what I mean, and Yellowman, and the whole host of us tomorrow.
Are you liking the occasion so far?
Yes, the sun come out and I give thanks to the sun.
Yeah,
We
marvelous.
give thanks. We
Let
give
me say
thanks.
thank you very much. Have a great day, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
Nice one.
That's Tenor Star there. Guys, wonderful artist doing the Jamaican national anthem. Also, got quite a few people that is actually going by here. Gonna try and chat to a few more people. And I gotta say, as Tenor Star said, it is absolutely fantastic. Her name is Takara.
Yes, hello.
How you doing, Takara?
I'm good, thank you very much.
How's your day been?
It's been eventful. I'm really taking in the amount of people that have come out to this event today. It's an eye-opener. It shows how many people are here to support the community. It shows what the community can do as well and how we can bring it all in, and everybody's just vibes in, having a good day. It's good, man. It's good.
So tell us a little about you do poems. Tell us a little about your poems.
So I started doing spoken word poetry in 2018. Sitting at home one day, bored, thought let's write a poem, and then next thing you know, I was performing every single month. I was doing poetry jams. Lockdown happened, didn't let it stop me. Just decided to take it onto the social media platforms, and it's got me here today. So,
Well, if I ask you, can you do us one of your poems now?
of course I can.
Go for it, girl.
Was it love or lust? That relationship, he broke your trust, but you always gave that second chance. Family and friends getting mad, but you was glad he wasn't cheating on you. Instead he was beating on you, broken bones and bruised ribs that leaves a mental effect on you. Why do we allow it? The hurt and the pain. It's like if a man's not there, we go insane. Ladies, wake up. Don't let him hit you. And if he does, make him know it's an issue. Don't be scared. Stay woke to the guys who beat us down and have nothing to suffice, as they are the ones that are always saying sorry after, but never want to give you that happy ever after. Ladies, it is 2022. Be the new you.
Thank you. What inspired you to write that poem? What was the inspiration?
For the national poem, it was more about what can I bring, what can I put together to make all different cultures feel included. It's not just about Jamaican Independence Day, but it's about different cultures, different communities all coming together as one. And so that's what inspired me for this poem today.
Thank you, Takara. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
The wonderful Takara there with wonderful poem there, and it's absolutely marvelous. It is a great day. I tell you, the sun is absolutely blazing down here, and we are in, I should say, Aston Park, 0121, celebrating Jamaican 60th independence, and it is a glorious day. The program is brought to you in courtesy of Breakthrough TV, and newstyleradio.com live. I am Carl with a C, and also this is an extra recording of What's on Your Mind right here from Aston Park. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is a TG teller we've got. So how are you?
Tired, man. Been waiting over an hour to get on here just to do that.
What exactly are you doing? Tell me. Wonderful guys we're actually talking to, and they are. You see what they represent in a little minute, and they came for the celebration. You know what I mean? And they represent. I think it was people from the armed forces. Yes, and also the very very early West Indian regiments. Yeah. So and it was wonderful. It was actually having a great chat with them, and they actually taught us some very wonderful, and they had some very very wonderful information that they actually told us. You know what I mean?
TV, so you get
Shout out to them.
Going to Shannon.
As I say, it was a great day, and as I say, they trying to get that clip together as well as don't forget this is a live stream, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Here with some wonderful men. Yes, I gotta call you wonderful men. I'm here with H. Tell us a little about yourself, H, and what are you up to down here today at this wonderful celebration?
Yeah, I'm the chairman of the Wire West Indian Project. We're invited here to actually give the escort to the High Commissioner, Jamaican High Commissioner for Independence Day. So what we do, we got the military guys, the ex-veterans, as you can see, there's 4 of them here. Hopefully you'll speak to them in a minute and they can tell you who they are. So anytime there's an official function, you want to give it a bit more highbrow, then you need to get the guys who have served this country. And for us as community, we served Britain for over 500 years. Yeah. You get me?
Marvellous. And you're H?
Everybody calls me H. Chairman of the Wire West.
Can I ask you who you are, sir?
I'm Anthony.
Anthony. How are you, Anthony?
Not so bad, thank you.
How's your day been?
It's been fantastic.
Yes.
We've been waiting around, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
I'm sure the wait is worth it.
It was worth it, yes, because we're celebrating on Independence Day and it's fantastic. 60 years is great.
Marvellous. There's another gentleman over here. What is your name, sir?
My name is Charles.
Yes. Charles, tell us about the flag. Tell us a little about the history of the flag.
Well, the flag represents the Trinidad squadron, and we had men and women who fought during the First and Second World War.
Okay.
And this is a representation, and this is the motto: "I fear no man." Yeah. Which is a great motto to have.
Marvelous, fantastic. And there's another gentleman over here, and he's also carrying a flag. Tell me what is your name, sir?
My name is Dennis.
Dennis, how are you doing, Dennis?
I'm good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And tell me about the flag. What does this flag represent?
Well, actually, these are not flags. They're standards.
Okay, so
right.
Thank you.
So this standard is the people standard,
yes,
which represent the people. You can see the colors: red, gold, and green, which is the colors that followed us. That came with us from Africa.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So that represents, and obviously the British flag represents the fact that the link between the Caribbean countries, the West Indies, and Britain.
So tell me about the regiment. How far does the regiment go back to?
Well, actually, this isn't a regimental standard. It's people standard origin, but I serve in the British Army.
Okay.
And my grandfather, my great uncle, served in the British West India Regiment in the First World War.
That's what I'm after.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
So yes, they both volunteered from Jamaica in the First World War and serve in the British West India Regiment. Yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you: are the young people taking this up? Are the young people getting into the army or taking following the journey that you have actually taken up?
That's what we do as a project, the Wire Project, Wire West Indian in this country. We go out to schools, community centre, churches, and we do presentation and parade and tell them about the journey, tell them about our ancestors and their journey, and making sure that people realize and recognize that we also serve, for this country and for the West Indies in the First World War, in the Second World War, and well before that. Yeah. Right? So H will probably have told you the West India Regiment came into being and started in 1795. So that's how far back the regiment go. And then the British West India Regiment was formed to serve in the First World War.
Okay, absolutely marvelous. Thank you.
No problem.
H, come back to me. Come on, tell me a little about the regiment. How as he says, it goes back to. Tell us a little bit more history about that.
Well, our ancestors have been fighting for Britain for over 500 years, and then they invented something called slavery, which they took from the Middle East, took from Portugal. And from then, in 1795, the American War of Independence, they decided that they needed their own black regiments.
Okay.
And the first regiments that were actually born to actually represent our communities, the West Indian regiments going back to 1795. And that was to protect Britain against the Spanish, the French, the Dutch and the Danes. The West Indian regiments did superbly well, and basically that's the reason why Britain is still here today.
Marvelous. H, thank you. Have a great day, sir.
Well, you, bro. God bless you.
Look after yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Cheers, no problem.
Officer, much respect. Thank you. Cheers. There you have it, guys. Wonderful regimental guys there who actually doing some fantastic work. And I say, let me say, big shout out to them and big thank you to them. And it's also very, very good to get that sort of history that improves our knowledge. I am here with Breakthrough TV inside newstarradio.com, and we are doing a session here at Aston. That wonderful bit of education that we actually had there, because I was actually referring to the standard as a flag, and the man, as he rightly put it, it's not a flag, it's a standard. So that's educational in itself, you know what I mean, and history in itself. I want to say a big shout out also to the YOE Project, who does a marvelous job. And I want to say a big shout out also to H and all those wonderful guys there who actually gave us a wonderful interview. Big shout out to H. It's been a long time I haven't seen you. He's been doing what he's doing for a long time. And let me say a big shout out to you. Carry on the good work. H, big shout out to you, sir. We've got also another interview coming up. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it upon. Right, I'm here with a wonderful lady. Her name is Yuma. Yuma, you're here celebrating the Jamaican independence.
I am.
And tell us, what do you do? What is you do? You seem to got a trooper here with you.
I do. I have a group of people. I am here with the band Foray. The lead singer is Bobby KP Woods, and he's been singing around the West Midlands for a while, so he's fairly well known. And then the band consists of backing vocalists who will be with him today, as Louisa, Marcia, and Nadia. And yeah, they will be performing during the opening ceremony with the video playing in memoriam to commemorate or honour those who have passed. So they'll be singing a couple of songs for that. And then we'll be back tomorrow with the full band to perform a 40-minute slot for everybody. So that's going to be great.
Absolutely marvelous. And can we find your works? What your work you do? Can we find your work on social media or anywhere like that? What is it you do?
Now you got me. So we, you know, this is the shame part. This is the shame part. So we do have a bit of a profile on Facebook, but we need to sort of sort it. Bobby's profile is on Facebook. You can find him, Bobby KP Woods.
Okay.
But you know, we're a fairly new band and we're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So we're really excited to be part of this.
Yeah. Wonderful, on a wonderful occasion there. And we was talking to the wonderful lady, Yuma. And that was the first day we was actually there. We also got another artist which is coming up, which is actually Lighty. Lighty is also an artist from Birmingham. And I know he'll... Let's go with him. Brother Lighty, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You just step off stage, I just hear you.
No, man.
It's not you?
No. But me come on soon.
Well, who was singing that song? That sounds like you.
It's Dave Lied, something Lied.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, you know. I'm doing fine. I'm doing blessed. I'm good.
So you're on later?
Yeah, you know. I'm doing a few numbers, and I'm gonna bless up the place, you know.
Marvelous.
Yeah, because God have to come first, you know.
It has to, yes. So what do you think of the day here so far?
Absolutely great. Yeah, man, talk about. Yeah, bless up, man. Yeah, man. It's splendid. Everyone's out. It's a nice day. And everyone is in the spirit of celebration for Jamaica. 6 years.
Fantastic. And we're in Aston Park, which is like sort of home to a lot of us.
Well, actually, you know, I haven't been down here for a long time.
Yeah.
And right, when I was young, right, I used to come down here all the time with my father and, you know, my uncle them, you know, and play around here.
Well, I'll tell you a story about this. When I came, I mean, I lived, you know, further up in Handsworth. I never sort of go to Handsworth Park, but I always come here. This is actually, if you remember, there was a bike track.
Yes.
Around there.
Yes.
This is first place I actually learned to ride a bike.
Wow, well, you know something? Me and you, right, we have been through the same thing because I learned here as well.
My days.
In this park here.
This park.
Yeah. You know what I mean? As a young boy, 5 years old, you know, 6 years old. You know, yeah, man, driving bicycle around here.
I got to say, I was a lot older than that because when I was in Jamaica, I was actually learning to ride a bike, and I remember, I'm talking about myself now. I remember I was being towed on a bike, and you know, I sit on the front of the handlebar, and the bike turned over like that,
Wow.
and a bus was on top of us, and my cousin dragged me out the road, and I never ever ride again. He just totally switched me, and that's when I came to England, I actually learned the courage to get back on the bike because, as I say, I had a track around there, and that's actually where I learned to ride. Where can we find your music? And I know you got a couple of LPs out and all this stuff.
Yeah, well, it's online. It's on all our networks, and it's doing well.
Tell us what it's called again. Remind us.
It's called Light of This World.
Yes.
And I got one called Better, you know, and one called Repent. You know what I mean? I've got many albums and I got loads of singles, loads of them. So, you know what I mean? Go online and check me out and, you know what I mean, use it for yourself.
Thank you, Latif. Thank you for talking to us. Have a great day, my brother. Look after yourself.
Man, bless you.
It's always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Thank you.
All
Maximum
right.
respect. Thanks.
Bless.
There you have it, guys. Light to the
Your Mind is sponsored by ACMC 339 Dudley Road, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, Breakthrough Studios, and Reggae Jam Jam.
Planning an event? Do it professionally. Please contact Breakthrough Event Management Team and get everything under one roof for both indoor and outdoor occasions, birthday parties, bridal and baby showers, anniversaries, funerals, backyard BBQs and more. We offer a video and photography service, marquees, decoration and a PA system to hire, with popular new style radio DJs spinning old and new school hits. Please contact 07584 197 380 and book all your catering needs with Reggae Jam Jam catering service on 0787 244 3765. And remember, do it good and done.